All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's May 10th, 2022. Very excited and thankful to see all you guys here. We're ready to begin another broker training, and I'll be covering a couple of different items by people's requests. Some people have asked about a couple of different things that I want to help you guys on and be a good supportive broker for you all. And if anyone has any questions or wants to learn anything about real estate, this is a great opportunity for us to learn together. Feel free to ask questions or go ahead and type it in the chat box so that way I can cover any of your clients' needs or your needs. So here we go. Here, let's start a little bit about what we're going to talk about just in summary. You guys got my email. I wanted to share with you Gavin Newsom. He's the governor of California who signed and adopted a new program in April last month for first-time home buyers. And obviously this is first come, first serve until the state funds are exhausted. So I wanted to put some attention into how you can help people in the lower income brackets who are earning around 80% of the area median income for the address of the property they're trying to buy. They can get 10% financing, 0% interest rate, and if they live there as their primary residence, they get to have this loan forgiven, which is 10% of up to 10% of the purchase price, forgiven after 5 years of being in compliance and sticking to the rules. In a day and age where people's incomes are very, a lot of people's incomes might meet this threshold, especially for some families and whatnot. Secondly, when you have an area where prices are super soaring high, why not try to get this loan going through, learn about it, and at least be providing better solutions for your clients. Maybe they're feeling like, oh, but the prices are so high right now. That's true. But what if it was 10% less buyer? Would that pricing be attractive to buy? And then they would say, absolutely. If you're paying 90% of the asking price, they would all be happy to buy that home. So if you show them this program and they meet the criteria, why not? Why not try it, explore it, learn it? And there's some free resources for you to check it out. It's CalHFA financing for the second 10% down. And I'm going to show that to you. So Grace did have a question as well. We wanted to talk a little bit about manufactured homes. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that first, and then I'll lead into the financing portion. So let's talk a little bit about buying and selling manufactured homes. Manufactured homes could fall under a couple of different categories. There's something called prefabricated homes, which are all prefab means that they are pre-constructed to kind of fit and size. They're already dimensioned, they're already built to order and manufactured very quickly. All you got to do is just have it assembled, kind of like when you buy some furniture at IKEA. You just follow the instructions, you put things in together where the screws need to be and where the, everything like that, you build it and you can build your own home. So that's one of the prefab or pre-manufactured homes. And there's also something called mobile homes. So they do fall under different categories of learning, but they are under the same type of category here called manufactured in part. Okay, so let's just randomly pick any listing out there that's maybe coming soon or active. And let's say I want to see something that's manufactured. Okay, so I'll just pick anything that's maybe 2+ homes, 2+ beds. And I'll pick something in Los Angeles County since that's where we're at. So let's just pick something that's closer by. And there's 172 manufactured homes for sale. What's the benefit of a manufactured home? One is you have something that is relatively inexpensive to purchase. As you can see from Los Angeles County, we have, let me see with a map, 172 homes. Usually they're a lot more inexpensive to purchase and live. And sometimes they're going to have what's called a land lease, where you have to pay a monthly to the HOA community for putting your manufactured home onto the ground. You could hook up utilities where the community will provide you water, sewer, electricity, gas, and you would be able to lease that land from them for a monthly fee. And then another benefit that you can have is you can move anytime you want. So you can hire companies to pick up your manufactured home and deliver it from Artesia, and then all of a sudden you want to move to Pomona, you could do that. Maybe you find a better land lease. Maybe you want to move closer to family or your work. You can find all these different communities, and you never really have to technically buy a new home. You would just bring your home, deconstruct it, and then rebuild it back at the next land lease. So for example, let's say you want to live on the beach. And this is a nice one right here, $449,000 in Pacific Palisades. You got a 780 square foot manufactured home. Where can you buy a coastal beachside home for under 500,000? Nowhere. But right here, you have the opportunity to own a beach house right across the beach. And maybe you have a buyer that wants to have something affordable by the beach. Great. So you take a look at this, you take a look at what you're looking at, the showing instructions, just like normal. Yes, this is technically not real estate that we're selling. We're selling the, let's see what we're here. We're selling the manufactured home, and then they probably are taking over the land lease rent, whereas the rent is protected under rent control. So right now it's $863 a month to the new owner. You do not pay any real estate tax. You don't have to pay the HOA fees. You just pay the rent controlled, probably the land lease here, okay? So let's take a look at what we're dealing with. We have 23 photos to see. You guys see these right now? Let me see if I can pull it up. So here's what we're dealing with, and I'll give you a little, you have the manufactured home is right here. They just built a fence right there. This is a type of home with a little awning, carpet inside, and you just have a standard room. You have a small kitchen and cabinetry. It kind of looks like a house, but you have the ability to put this up onto a truck and move it from one place to another. So this one's costing you $450,000 for 700 something square feet. And there's a community pool that you get to enjoy. So how do you buy this? What's the ins and outs? And how do we teach our clients about manufactured home? And maybe they're looking to downsize. They don't want a monthly expense that's too expensive. There's something reasonable. And here the rent of $863 is not too bad to live here per month. After you made your purchase. So there's good and bads. Financing might be difficult on manufactured homes. So that's one of the bad things. Negative things is there is a HOA that has some sort of restrictions. So this one has some pet restrictions. This one also has rent control. Some of them require you to apply or be part of a senior community for certain age groups. So you can take a look and read any special instructions. But you can see here, there's another one that looks really beautiful. This manufactured home looks really just like a house. Let me see here. So how can you check a little bit about this? There's one thing is look for an APN number, but you can see here, this one has a serial and license number here. That tells me this is regulated by, this is Department of Housing right here, DOH. And so you can see that there is a land lease that costs them roughly $1,100 per month. They don't pay any property tax. They're paying basically rent for land, okay? And that should include some utilities and connections to electricity, but I don't know if that's a separate charge or not. You have to find out some of those details, or you can always call the management company whenever you have any questions regarding pet policies, utility questions, monthlies, signing a long-term lease or not. There's different things where whether it's non-rent control. So you can go ahead and talk into the HOA because every community is run differently. There has been cement work done on part of the side yard. You get a hot tub and the land lease is $1,100 a month. So you just read through it. This one community offers a swimming pool, hot tubs, parks and benches, volleyball nets. So when you look at the photos, let's take a look really quickly. And Grace, let me know what kind of detailed questions you want me to help you answer regarding manufactured homes. So I'm going to pull up these photos. It really does look like a good home that is on a slab or a foundation. So you can see here, this is pre-built and fabricated. I think they've created this foundation for the manufactured home. And then they're just showing off the views. Okay. So that's a manufactured home. Grace, do you have any other, I mean, what do you want me to talk to you about? How to explore it? So maybe let's pick one close by to our area, and I'll let you give you an idea of what it's like in a local land lease manufactured home. So we got one here in Montebello for $115,000. We have one here in North Del Monte. So let's take a look at the North Del Monte one. That's really close to our office. And this is probably Daleview. Yep, we've sold quite a bit here in Daleview. So you have what's called another prefabricated home. This 2000 built manufactured home is in a good location of Daleview, right by Lower Azusa. And you can see here what you're getting. Okay, you have a 1680 square foot home. Okay, asking price is $200,000, and their HOA fees are pretty reasonable. The land lease, I'm sorry. And they're still paying a normal commission, even though we're not selling real estate, we're selling the manufactured home. It's 2.5%. And what do we get? We get, there's a Supra, and you show it just like normal. They pay $768 per month. And if you want, we've sold quite a bit of these in Daleview, so I can tell you a little bit more about what it includes or the HOA stuff. I could dig up an old file if anyone's interested. There's a clubhouse here, and in this area, the space fee is $768, and it includes water and trash. Gas and electricity are an additional charge, so you just gotta pay the regular utilities like you normally would. And in this situation, when you buy this $200,000 manufactured home, it's pretty large. You have a skylight in here, so it really looks like a normal home. You got a little hot tub, showers, carpet. It doesn't take too much to repair this this home, and you're given amenities like a pool, a dining area, and some grounds and parks. And you have, this one has your own barbecue grill area too. Let me check if there's any chat. Let me see here. So that's how you, in terms of manufactured homes, I mean, there are mobile homes as well that we could find inside our MLSs. You'd have to go by individually, but most of them are prefab. Okay, so jumping on to the main topic, unless Grace has any other questions. Yeah, Sylvia did sell a Daleview, like 3 sales over there in her history. So she's very familiar with Daleview. Thank you, Grace. All right, let's get into my other shared screen. And if anyone has any questions, just interrupt me anytime. So going back in here, I wanted to share with you the email I just sent you guys. So let's read this really quickly. Here's the press release that was announced a couple of weeks ago from CalHFA. And that's a government program that is signed and adopted by Gavin Newsom regarding helping homeowners, first-time home buyers, really get into home ownership and providing some state allocated funds to be stay housed, and obviously they're trying to address the home affordability issue that's a crisis in California. So the key benefit, the loan is forgiven if the buyer stays there for 5 years plus. That's a great thing for 10%. The funding will help Californians become homeowners and have housing and not become homeless, which we're experiencing all over in every county, an increase in homelessness. So what do we do? What do we learn about, and how can we make this available to our clients? Well, first we got to talk to them and let them know and share the information. So this was done just a month ago. There's $67 million of project funds to support low and very low income households to become homeowners. So what are they doing? We're helping them really just become homeowners by helping them with the down payment and forgiving that, because they all know, and we all know, that real estate is the best way to build wealth. So a lot of people are out of reach. Rents are escalating at peak all-time highs right now. And there's a lot of people who are really tired of their landlord continuing to increase their rents every single year. And they can never achieve homeownership because they can never save enough. So this is great for those people. These are great for people who need just a little bit of a kickstart and some government help to get them into the home and help them with the down payment. That's usually the toughest part for many of these low-income households, is they don't have the down payment savings, but they do have a job, and they do have maybe multiple people working in the household. So for those with incomes and they have and they qualify, they could just, all they have to do is stay there for 5 years. They don't have to repay this junior loan. It comes secondary to the first primary mortgage that they do have to get qualified for. It could be FHA as well. So as long as you make 80% of the area median income in the county where it's located, okay? So I'll show you how we can find out LA County and various cities, different counties of affordable housing. So let's go ahead and talk to them. But you do need to talk to a preferred loan officer when you are applying for this Forgivable Equity Builder Loan. That's what it's called, the Forgivable Equity Builder Loan from CalHFA. So you're going to have two loans. You're still going to get your standard conventional or non-QM or FHA loan, and then you're going to add a second Forgivable Equity Builder Loan for the 10%. So what is this and how do we learn about this? So there are available resources to click on. So what we're going to do is, if you secondary, if you know anyone who is in their home but they're behind on their mortgage payments, there's some resources from CalHFA as well to help give counseling, and are people who are in danger of eviction or foreclosure. There are resources to help guide them and show them free resources where they can get some relief. Okay, so if you have anyone that needs some support or help, why not gain them and point them in the right direction? Okay, so let's go back into the website and talk about this. Here's where you find the loan officer, and let's talk about the program details. So I'm going to show you the screen, and you must be a first-time home buyer. These are the requirements. What's the definition of a first-time home buyer? Even if you bought in a home like in 2009 or 8, and then all of a sudden you lost it due to a short sale, you still could be qualified as a first-time home buyer. So what that means is you've never owned a home, or anyone who has not occupied or owned a home in the last 3 years. Okay, so that is the definition, first of all. So some people say, I bought a home in 2005 or 7, and then I lost it. Well, you still are a first-time home buyer, because as long as you haven't lived in and owned something in the last 3 years, a lot of people are qualified for this criteria. Secondly, you need to be your primary residence. Duh. Okay, great. That's easy to do. You report your taxes and you report your new home as your primary residence. So you cannot have non-occupant co-borrowers on this as well. So if I get some co-borrower like a cousin to help me with my down payment, they cannot be on title because they are not occupying it. Okay. It could be a spouse, because if both a husband and wife are living there, yes, that's allowed. CalHFA borrowers must complete homebuyer education and obtain a certificate of completion. Very easy. You go through a little video tutorial where they teach you. You pay $99 and they'll teach you an 8-hour class online. What is homeownership? What is this loan about? How do I repay this back or not pay this back? How do I get myself forgiven for this loan? So they'll teach you the details of this loan. That's why they want you to have this required, kind of like our continuing education. These home buyers have to get some education on what this loan is about, called the Forgivable Equity Builder Loan. Okay, 8 hours. It's worth spending 8 hours to get 10% of the purchase price, guys. What else do they got to do? Not only do they got to do education, they got to set and follow the county's income limits. These are set by Fannie Mae. So all you got to do is zoom into any area you want to purchase and click and use the 80% income limit as what we're looking for. So let's bring this up and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the average median area median income lookup tool, and I'm going to do it for a affordable home on the MLS. Let's just pick anything as an example. So you guys see my MLS screen? Someone say yes. If so. Okay, no one sees my screen.
We lost connection.
Okay, sorry, I lost you guys.
Yeah.
My bad. I was quiet for a second. Thank you. I appreciate it. You can see my screen now, I guess, on the MLS.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm going to bring up our company listings. Okay. And so we are picking, let's just go by price. I'll just find something a little bit more affordable, because obviously someone's not going to buy something in the $6 million range. So let's say we have some property here, and I want to sell, help a client buy, let's see here, something active as well. All right, let's just pick this one right here. Let's see. I'm not too familiar with Indio, so I'm going to pick something closer by. All right, we got something here, a nice single family in El Monte. So let's say we have a buyer who wants to buy a single family starter home. That's 2 bedrooms, 1 bath for $590,000. All right, so this is Edgar's listing, and let's talk about and share how we what we can and cannot do. But go ahead and let's take a look. Okay, first of all, we got a standard looking single family home. Looks okay. Ooh. Okay, we got a decent sized yard and close to the 10 freeway. Now, let's say I have a buyer, first time buyer interested in this, and they have consider low or very low household income. Let's figure this out. I'm going to take this address, right? I'm going to copy this, bring over the area median income link, and I type in the address right there. Do you guys see this map? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, Julia. So we have the address located right here above the 10 freeway on Olney. This 80% income is how we generate what is their reported household income on their tax return. If they have 68,880 or less, they will qualify in the low income legend right here. That's considered low income. It's very low if they are 50% of the income. So the 100% is 86,100. Okay. And then I could do this for any area because this is all of California that they could buy and receive this HFA, basically is a grant. So if I wanted to pick a different listing, let's say I wanted another company listing, and here is land, so that's not going to qualify. We have a property right here in Paris. This is a nice, lovely $620,000 home. Okay, so that was listed by Michael Liu. But if we have someone interested in this one, that's a different county. So let's take a look and see what the AMI would be. So when I bring this property up, it's 62,000, okay? And a lot of times you have a lot of seniors or people who are retirees, maybe a spouse, maybe one of them didn't have retired and one of them might be still working. They qualify in the area median income because maybe there's only one person working. And so you can get $62,000 reported income or less to qualify for this loan and get 10%. So this county is, I'm not even sure where, this is San Bernardino. Not too familiar. Riverside County right here, Riverside.
So what is it? It has to be 80% below.
Okay.
What are we-
So that's how to look up and find what are the requirements, but Los Angeles County is 68,880 or less. If you want to look it up for San Bernardino, you can look it up. Orange County, you can look it up. But LA is probably one of the higher ones, and Orange County. Any questions on this part using this tool?
Yes, it's at on, for example, every county is a 68,000 under is a single income of is a husband is a spouse combined income.
Good question. So the income part, right? Let's talk about that a little bit more. So we can go to the, let me go to this income limit questions right here. So we're going to try to qualify for this program, the low income. Oh, that's just the tool. Hold on one second. Good question on that. They want you to contact an approved CalHFA lender for complete program details. I believe it's for the household income. That's my best estimate. Let me see if I can pull up some sort of resource here.
Hi, Kevin, is that gross income or adjusted income?
It's the adjusted. I think it's your taxable income after your adjustments. So that makes a lot of people qualify, right? Not your gross.
Qualify only my wife and I only make 50,000 a year. Perfect.
Don't qualify.
It says one occupying first-time borrower on each loan. So I don't know if you're able to put two spouses together on one loan. It says one borrower. So maybe they just look at one person's income. Adam,
Oh, okay.
that's the way I'm reading it this way.
Mm.
Actually, I still think, I think you have to ask the loan officer. Because all you
So
need is the
the
pay stub.
husband separately. They can, this time husband buy, then next time wife buy. So all of them first time buy is better.
But don't forget, you're gonna have to live in there 5 years to get it forgiven. And so, but I do believe you can still have a married couple's household income, but I'm not 100% sure. So I think you need to call them because this is they don't teach all the different types of detailed rules. They want the lender who's trained on it to kind of go through the education portion. Sorry, Adam, I can't give you the answer of that one.
No problem.
Okay, but you just go ahead and type in CalHFA and then talk to one of the lenders. I'm sure they can all, that's an easy question for them. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions on this stuff? So 68,000 is doable. Okay, there's a lot of people who report taxable income of less than 68,000 for themselves. So go ahead and talk to them. I think you're also able to do it or get some financing if you want to build or do a guest house granny unit too. So there's some details in here. That's great. You can also buy condominiums, okay, as well. As long as they meet the guidelines of the first mortgage, like FHA loans, it has to be an FHA approved condominium perhaps. Okay. So that's one of the good portions of this program. And let me, I don't think there's anything else I need to share regarding this except for, what else is there?
Yeah.
Okay, housing is key. So this is another great website, especially for landlords and tenants. I do know they're still actually, they're no longer accepting the rent relief program, but state law extends the eviction protections from until June 30th, 2022. But what I've been doing is using this website whenever someone asks me a question regarding eviction laws or protections from tenants during this pandemic. But I wanted to talk about right here. There is relief for, they're expanding some people with people who are behind and still getting behind on their programs. So you could check your income information and see if there are people that are done through our property management company. They've been helping landlords get these state funds approved. So who is eligible? Ultimately, they had to be behind at least 2 payments in 2021 during the pandemic. It has to be their primary residence. They must not have any other property, and they have to have some sort of attestation form that they've experienced hardship and all this stuff. There's just all this extra homeowner assistance, mortgage relief, where they'll step in and give you some sort of programs, approve your application. They'll make some payments to your mortgage servicer until you're caught up. So if you want to learn about that, there is this website, California Mortgage Relief, and you could have it explained in different languages as well and learn more about that state program, because I know there's a lot of people who are falling behind, and really when it comes to mortgages, maybe they lost their job. We're heading into a recession, so companies are downsizing. So qualified homeowners will not have to pay these funds back that are awarded. So it's a great benefit for any of those people who are falling behind and had experienced COVID. So I just encourage you guys to explore and learn, because there's nothing wrong with applying. You never know, you might get you or your clients might have some forgivable assistance, just like the PPP loan a lot of people applied for. The PPP loan is forgivable if you just replied and you applied, and then you've given your forgiveness letter. So that's just those who are in need. Obviously, none of us want more homelessness or crime on our streets. So just that's help. Just one thing you can do to help around is that. I wanted to share lastly before we end today, and then I'll take some questions. Someone said, sorry, typo. Okay, wait. Okay, so one thing I want to remind you guys about, everybody here, we have provided Coldwell Banker a free access to all of these great Microsoft applications. And if you want to know how to take advantage of this, I've taught it before, but I want to make sure because I know a lot of people, if you haven't taken advantage, Microsoft is a great program platform. Office is, I use it every day for Microsoft Word, Excel, and slides. But if you wanted to gain your access to Coldwell Banker, has anyone done this yet? I've emailed it out and wanted to remind you that we have a paid subscription. It's already paid by Realogy. And I wanted to let you know you have access to your coldwellbanker.com email address. So everybody, all of you guys have a vanity email as well. So what do you want to know? I'm using my free license right now because I took care of mine. And I've helped those of you who responded back to my request form 6 months ago or 4 months ago. I can't remember when I just sent it out. But we have a valid subscription. You can sign in on any device, your phone, your notepad, your desktop, your iPad, or your whatever, wherever you're at. You have several things that are working for you. So if you want this, I'll share this as well and teach you how to gain your access. Does that sound fair for you guys? Let me close some tabs. All right, here we go. So first thing you got to do, if you want to get yourself set up, there's several ways. Let me go to mycbdesk.com. And everybody has a vanity email for your login. If you need to reset your password, you can always say forgot your password. Most people's is your first name dot last name at coldwellbanker.com. And we've supplied it to you so you can always ask your staff, either JL or Candice or Amy, how to gain your username. We know it, and then you have to create your password or just go ahead and log in. So mine's saved on my computer. And once I log into my desk, this is where we all go for all of our branded tools, technology, company benefits, as well as discounts. So you have various cool things to check out. But when it comes to you guys, let's go to here, the coldwellbanker.com email. And just to confirm who you are and that you are a Coldwell Banker agent with your cell phone, they have what's called the encryption code, where you would have to verify because you're not wanting to share your office license to other people. So I have to go to my phone. Push the send button. And on my text message, I have the code. And I just say, don't challenge me again for the next 24 hours. So then it keeps me signed in. And yes, do I want to reduce the number of times? Sure, why not? I'm on my own personal laptop. So let's take a look at what it looks like. So boom, your first time, you're gonna go through your settings and just make sure you go through all your preferred settings that you want. So I can view my account, and we can find that my account is paid by Realogy. Here's a company. You can manage what devices you signed on from, settings, and which apps you want to control. So let's take a look at my subscription. Realogy has paid your subscription. This is what we have licenses for. So I'll show you what we get. We get Office 365 F3. I'm not sure what that means, but basically it gives us all of these programs that are Microsoft Project, Planner, Office is what everyone uses, and Microsoft Teams. Teams is really cool. If you want to do groups or you want to set up video conferencing, I don't have to pay for Zoom anymore. I technically can make everyone, and I can use my Microsoft Teams for doing my trainings from now on if I wanted to not pay for Zoom. So there's stuff like that. You get Skype for business. So there's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I don't use Yammer, or I don't use too much, but if you have a need or you want to, virtual agency for Office 365, all this cool stuff, go ahead and learn and see what things are useful to you. But for me, I just use the basics, okay? Why do you need an Office license? Well, you don't, but technically most documents, PDFs, PowerPoint, these are all great programs, although Google provides some of the free versions. But when you have a paid license, it's nice because then you get to go ahead and put together cool stuff. Like I can create different, I get access to all the Microsoft stuff that I could download and add nice fonts, or I can add nice backgrounds and pictures and images and layouts and format this and that. I know how to design, so I know this stuff, but I'm just, many of you don't need, maybe just need to have maybe you're tired of seeing the ungenuine license that you have on some of you guys bootleg computers. So if you want to avoid that, the cool thing also is anytime that I use or my Microsoft license, I could take over any property or PDF or any document, and I could have access to this from the Office cloud stored on Microsoft's cloud drive. They also give us some storage for free. So then you can open it from any computer, or if I go on vacation, I can just log in and I'll have access to my documents in here. And don't forget, you have Outlook. So if you want to use Outlook or not, you can use your Coldwell Banker email. Mine is kelvin.chang@coldwellbanker.com, and I can auto forward it to my Gmail if I wanted to. But if I don't want to, I can just look at all of these kelvin.chang@coldwellbanker.com emails right from my own Outlook right here. So I'm already logged in right now. So currently I have my inbox. You can see CAR sends me stuff here. And this is all going into, do you guys hear me? You guys hear me okay? Okay, well, I'm just going to show you that, yes, it's working. It's sending me to kelvin.chang@coldwellbanker.com. Thank you, Yoko. I know I'm breaking up. I think my audio is a little messed up. Sorry about that. Do you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear, but before it's broken, like not so good signal.
Oh, I'm sorry. So what I was saying before was simply that every one of you have a free Coldwell Banker business email now. Since I messaged you a year ago. And so I'm not sure if you guys are utilizing it, but if you want to keep your personal separate from your business, you can go ahead and just take a look at and utilize your new email if you haven't gotten access to it yet. So any questions? Does anyone need help? Or does anyone want me to help you reset your password so you can gain access? I can do that from now. Or any questions? If you don't know your coldwellbanker.com or your CBDesk login, it's the same. But if you want me to reset it, I could, because I'm an administrator, so I can help you. But if you don't, I just want to point you to that right direction of where you can find your email and access. Secondly, Zap. So this is just a heads up. Zap is going to be phased out at the end of this year. Starting sometime in July, maybe June, if we're lucky, we're going to be rolling out the new program by Coldwell Banker. This is going to be called Moxie Works. So for those of you who did not read my email last time, I kind of want to share with you a little bit about Moxie Works, because I wanted to hopefully get you really excited of what I'm doing on the back end right now. Okay, so let me first show you what it is about. Okay, we're gonna start gaining access to a new CRM system that's gonna have some, that's all branded with Moxie and Coldwell Banker. I'm going through some classes on my own to learn about it, but I wanted to show you what it's gonna look like. So let me bring over my screen on what I'm doing. And I'm working with CRMLS on the back end. But whenever you have a brand new listing, you're gonna have a automatic website. You're gonna have some really cool tools. And yes, here I found the email. So let's take a look at what this looks like. Leads will be given. We're going to provide leads from realtor.com and all these different various websites that people do from Coldwell Banker's marketing. They will be directed straight to the listing agent and follow the business rules that we provide, which is, typically they go to the listing agent. Otherwise, they go into a rotation. And then from Moxie Engage, they're going to be able to do a CRM. You're going to be able to utilize your new email that's branded with Microsoft 365 accounts. And this is all provided free in terms of Coldwell Bankers as an organization with our branded information with Realogy. We have our own arrangement. And so they're negotiating that for us. That's one of the cool benefits of our 6% that we all pay. And you can add some really cool stuff. So you can have ways to sign things as well. Let me go ahead and take a look because there's some marketing I wanted to show you. Oh, here it is. Okay. So there's going to be lead router to going into various, I'm going to have a training on this separately for you guys. But what you're going to get is really a cool type of marketing stuff, which is Moxie Present, Moxie Impress. And then all of this stuff is productivity packages that are going to be provided for you guys. So what are we going to learn? We're going to, well, Present is a way to make our listing presentations one of the best, beautiful looking in town. So you're going to be able to have these, for example, a touch screen iPad or a Microsoft Surface, touch the properties, take a look at the interactive listings and the photos to easily compare your listing from a competitor and find out, some background information. Secondly, designs. we're going to be able to design really attractive flyers. These are going to be templates that you can use. This is the open house template with your 3 photos. They'll have a 4 photo, 5 photo, 6 photo version. You pick the style you like, and it'll easily take your CRMLS photography and put it into an attractive design for free. Coming soon, also here. The cool thing about these is because you're going to be able to also put together social media assets. So if you are a person on Instagram or you're an influencer or Facebook, you can go ahead and post these designs that are geared and looks presentable on social media, specifically for those areas like Twitter. They'll also give you a YouTube video, kind of like what we used to do with circle pics, except that this is going to be much better. This will be much cleaner. And all it takes is just a click of a button after you put in submit to your MLS listings. I'm really excited for this. You can get a Moxie website for your property. You could lead capture. So if you want to send your website to anybody, you're going to have your own capture page. Hey, buyers, I met you at the open house. I got your email. You can blast emails to the 10 people that came to your open house. They could price their property or they can search your MLS, and you'll be able to capture those leads in your website going straight to you. Moxie Engage is a CRM. So if you want to do automated emails, you don't have to pay for Top Producer, Lightning, Constant Contact, or all of these MailChimp. All of those CRMs are 30 to 50 bucks a month, and we're going to have Moxie Engage, and that's going to allow you to automate your emails, put together some nice templates or categories of what's called follow-up campaigns. If you want to do it, great. If you don't utilize it, that's up to you. It's there for you. The leads will be nurtured and captured and help you track your leads and manage them in. And this is for brokers. This is for me to recruit agents. You don't have to worry about that. And so I'm going to try to launch. I'm going through the first month of training right now. So I'm not ready to teach it all to you yet. I have to go through my steps. I have to work with CRMLS on the back end. And I'm doing all of this stuff on myself right now with Ashley at the team. But I just wanted to give you a little teaser of what it's going to look like. And it's going to look beautiful, guys. I'm really excited for this. So I'm going to migrate this. It's going to ask you guys that you're either going to have to use a Google email, a Gmail, or you're going to have to use your vanity email, which is for me, kelvin.chang@coldwellbaker.com. So you're going to have to use one of those two. So just letting you prepare in advance, create your nice Gmail for yourself, or use the branded email and start getting engaged on this. There's going to be a support team. We'll have people to chat with, or we can do live chat. So there's going to be support for those of you who are afraid of technology. If you're afraid of change, don't worry. You'll have myself, our staff, as well as the whole support team at Moxie to support us Realogy agents. So I'm already paying for the cost. So I'm paying for this on my own as a company broker. And you go ahead and just please use it when we have it ready. Any questions? Nothing. Okay. Well, I hope you guys like it. It has a website for you, property tour on YouTube, brochures that you can print nice, beautiful flyers on, just listed stuff. And you're also able to print stuff like postcards so that you could build marketing campaigns like just sold. So if you want to like it, you want to take a look at it, go ahead and start looking and making sure you engage in your Coldwell Banker email. I'm not ready to teach this yet, but I'm just letting you know it's all here, and I'm working on this and coming soon. It'll probably be about 2 more months. Okay. Any questions I can help you guys with now? Where I can review this video? Great question, Grace. I will show you where you can watch any recording, or if you want to come back to any of my trainings, just type in youtube.com. And Grace, you just follow a search button called Kelvin Chang. And you'll find me #1 right here. And I'll also put this copy in the chat box for you guys so you could save or bookmark my channel if you wanted to, or subscribe. So you could talk up and watch. Last week, I have 16 views on the sales meeting where I talked about Wednesday was a very critical day. The Fed did decide 50 basis points to increase to the US 10-year Treasury yield. And guess what? The Treasury yield inversion curve did hit. We've seen stocks really tank on Monday and since last Wednesday for the past week. So we are now being impacted. There's a lot of signals saying that we might already be inside a recession. You're seeing a slowdown on the market. And that is why it's very important to keep a pulse on the market. Keep staying tuned to each of my sales meetings because I'm teaching really cool stuff that are going to make you look smart, sound great, like a professional when you go out and talk to your clients. So I'm giving you guys the scripts in my videos. And if you want to watch any of my past videos, you can click right here and go ahead and click the subscribe button on your screen if you want to subscribe to my channel. We have a really good attorney. He's the California CAR attorney. He's talking about, his name is Kelly Richardson, talking about mold on properties, how rapid rising interest rates will impact our real estate market over here. A lot of cool stuff. You can see all of these are going in every single week. I'm pumping out new videos, hopefully being a great support and adding value to your business. So I hope you take advantage of the time I spend for you guys. I thank all of you 9 people here that are in the training with me today. And I'm going to see you guys next week. So thank you all. If you have any questions, I'll take now for any Q&A. Any questions, guys? Thank you, Elaine. She says thank you to me. I have any questions here. Let me see. Thank you to from Yoko. I thank you guys. It's already 3:02. I don't want to waste too much of your day, but if you need anything from me, just call me, call our staff if you want to reset your passwords, and let's get busy. This is a good spring, summer to get going on. It's a normal market. There's lots of listings and activity. So I'll just show you one last thing before I go in case you're interested in looking at market activity. So I create a San Gabriel Valley 626 hot sheet for myself. I want to follow the market. So if I look at all of the listings in the 626 for me, my map area is north of 210 though, I think. Here we go, right here. This is my map area, that north of 60. Okay. So for what I'm seeing on a quick glance, take a look at what's going on. And I'm going to sort this by days on market. All right. So here's a quick way. I have 26 types of properties that I'm following on my criteria. There's more than that. Just make sure my criteria is 3+, 2+, under 1.2 million in these cities only. Okay. So that's my criteria. I'm not tracking, South, San Gabriel or certain different things. Anyway, so what we have here, we have a lot of new listings. Look at this. There's in the last 7 days, in under a 1.2 mil, we have 19 new listings in this region here. They're all still very relatively nothing under 800,000, except for this one right here. Okay. Again, these are all single families. None of these are condos. I'm not really tracking condos too much. So next thing I noticed, look at what's going on in the back end activity here. This is telling me 11 days, and they already dropped it $80,000 right here in Pasadena. This one went from back on market, meaning an escrow fell apart and it's back on market. You have under backup offers going to active. That's telling me the market is slowing down. There's some escrow cancellations. There's some people who are not getting their financing approved, and now they have to put it back on the market and cancel their escrows. In this one right here, they got another price reduction, and over here, you have another price reduction here. So it's telling me I don't see as many price increases. This one is on Danes Drive. Yes, there's a price increase, but for the most part, there's mostly price decreases. Now, if I want to look at other areas, let's take a look at what's going on in terms of Dynasty. We have, and this is, I think this is only Temple City listings. Let me see here. I'm not sure. No, these are all my residentials only. So we have 17 listings here. Some of them are climbing on days on market. So we do need to talk to our sellers and clients about modifying our price. But we have a whole gap of different properties. Obviously, $2 million properties plus do take longer time to close. Let's talk about any questions on anything? But I'm looking at here again, this is North San Gabriel Valley areas. I am seeing price reduction, that's the same one. Back on markets. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of back on markets. But look in the market up here in North San Gabriel area. This is including condos and townhomes. Look how many listings we have to sell. We got already, just in the past 7 days, a lot of new listings to check out. So we're having more supply to work on. So that's why I'm telling you, it's more of a normal market. You do need to price your things closer to the market price and not inflate your prices. So talk to your clients and really tell them it's now is the time to sell before there's too many more listings coming soon. All right, guys. Questions before we end? Okay. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys next week. Thanks for being here, guys.